have an interesting issue here. I warned you about CBDC, and rather than go back into a couple of the warnings, I'm going to read to you a communication I had. This is from a very good friend, someone I've known for over 40 years, and they live in Colorado, and they're a regular listener to the show. I've had a relationship with these people in other venues, so I know them well. And I'm just going to read to you the communication verbatim. Bank of the West, major bank in Colorado, was recently purchased by BMO Bank from Canada. BMO sent notices out to all customers stating that all accounts will be digital after Labor Day. Do you understand what little warning they gave these people? Do you know how hard it is to move any substantial sum of money? You could be tied up in all kinds of programs, whether it's your IRA and so forth. And I told you, get into gold. I'm warning you. You know that we have a relationship with Noble Gold. I'm telling you, folks, these people are preparing to rip you off. BMO sent notices out stating that all accounts will be digital after Labor Day. Wife and daughter will be closing these accounts before that happens. Now listen to this. This person's right on the money. CBDC instituted through Trudeau/Canadian Bank via BMO.
Now's the time to prepare for your future with ECBI University Online. Accelerated programs in cybersecurity.
Warn the people to run 3 exclamation marks. And so what I'm telling you right now is, as I just said, what was coming is no longer coming. It's already here. Now, if you're new to the idea of CBDC, oh my gosh, and thanks to my friend Clay Clark, who came on my show, gave me credit for being one of the first to sound the alarm, and he praised the accuracy of my reports. So I'd encourage you to go back over the last several months and look for CBDC in the title and listen to everything that I've taught you. I'm not going to rehash all of it, but I'll give you a general overview if you're new. CBDC is electronic currency, but you don't control it. They know exactly how much money you have, and they know exactly where you're spending it. And they will tie this to social credit. They already are to a large degree. We're seeing people's bank accounts canceled. This is happening now in America. I've reported on this too. It's not widespread. It's coming. It's a beta test. But I think the beta is about over and it's about ready to become alpha. So what we know about CBDC is it is scorned by many leading economists. I reported in depth, long report on Doug Casey when he was on Danella Carboni's show with Stansberry Research. Highly respected economist, highly respected host and show and organization. And Doug went through and detailed how bad central bank digital currency is. In fact, I'll quote Doug Casey. Central banks are a bad idea. No kidding, Doug. I mean, the value of the dollar has gone down 85% in America since the 80s, and it's central bank that did it, Federal Reserve. And he said central banks are a bad idea. Central bank digital currency is a bad idea on steroids. It's the end of all freedom. It's the end of all decision making. And you said, well, Dave, how will they make me stop eating meat? And how will they make me eat bugs, aquatics, plants, and so forth that the World Economic Forum has said? And good old Dementia Joe said the campaign of 2020, we have to build back better. He's quoting Klaus Schwab, okay, the promoter of these ideas. And Klaus Schwab, through things like BlackRock ESG, is controlling corporations, they're controlling governments, and they're ready to impose their will on you. Now, Colorado really was the perfect place to bring this in. Either that or California. But California is in such an economic mess. What are they, $50 billion in debt? Nice job, Gavin Newsom, and he really wants to be president. Colorado would be the next best bastion of liberal crazy looniness. There are people I've talked to in Colorado live in the rural areas away from the Front Range. That would be Fort Collins to Pueblo, with maybe the exception of Colorado Springs. They want out of Colorado. The Western Slope, the Eastern Plains, they want out of Colorado. I've heard this over and over. Dave, you know all about this 51st state movement with Paul Preston and how the progress they're making is remarkable. How do we do it? Okay, well, I'm going to be working with them on it, and Paul will be too. But that's going to be a problem.
All right, he's gone long enough. Dave Hodges, all right, the Common Sense Show, puts out, useful information, plenty of the Achiam men of the Lord, are familiar with this guy. But here it is, red alert, Colorado is implementing CBDC, central bank digital currency, after Labor Day via Trudeau. Trudeau is the, he runs Canada, Justin Trudeau. Just another puppet, another one of Rothschild's henchmen. They all are. They all work for the bankers, the international banking families, the wicked elites. All right, before I go any further, though, all glorification, honor, and praise is definitely due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. And double honors going out to the venerable apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops and Sequan Yam who rule and lead the church well in these last days. Salutations to you, Akim, out there doing the work of the Lord, sincerely and truthfully on the highways and byways, throughout the four corners of the earth. Those of you preaching, teaching, and prophesying the right way. Those of you waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, on down to all those among Israel who have believed our report. Okay, the men, women, and children believers who are also going to be delivered, all right, out of this hour of temptation and out of the coming hellfire, all right, which is going to be compliments to the ICBMs and the chariots of the Lord. So, yeah, this is just a quick update. Not going to be very long at all. All right. Yeah, man. And you heard what he was saying. We already know how you're going to be tied to your account. Okay, you're going to be tied to your account through that charagma, man. Okay, through that C-Hup, which is the M.O.T.B. That's how you're going to be tied to your account. Okay, there will be no privacy. This is going to be a full-blown tyranny. Okay, a totalitarian form of government. A one-world government. Okay, controlled by Esau. All right, starting with his elites, the Amalekites, the people over there in the Israeli state, so-called Israeli state, calling themselves Jews. Okay, them them land-grabbing, wall-humping small hatters, man. Amalek. Okay, they're gonna be running it. This is the NWO, man. This is the end of your American dream, which is really a nightmare. If you're an Israelite, you were never a part of that, man. Okay, now, yeah, you had Jake come over here, and Jake can make a way, man. Our people are talented, and our people can make it, even in this Babylonian hell, but, you got to sell your soul to do it. But the American dream was never for you Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and even you Israelite foreigners, man. You as the Lord's chosen people, his peculiar treasure. That American dream was never for you. But many of you are going to fall victim to it, man. 2/3 of you anyway. You're going to fall victim, all right, to this shit. You're going to allow Esau to digitally mark you, to put something inside of your body that's going to turn you into a something other than a human being, man. You're going to let him merge you, all right, and transform you into a machine. And when you do that, you sealing your fate, man. You ain't going to make it. I just watched a video. I guess it was a promo video the IUIC put out. These dudes marching through the streets, marching and in cadence, and what the fuck is that, man? That's clearly all that is pomp. That's arrogance. Where's the prophesying, man? Why aren't you prophesying about this? You know, IUIC, ISUPK. Why aren't your men prophesying? Talking about, you know, this coming, you know, one world currency, the CBDC, the C-Hup. You know why? Because a lot of y'all are bought and paid for, man. And the ones that aren't bought and paid for, you still agents of Satan. You still doing his bidding. You know, you say you just, hold on, where is that? Transform yourselves into the ministers of light and no marvel. Hold on, I might have to look this up. Bunch of damn hypocrites, man. You know, you ain't out here warning the lambs to flee the wrath that's coming. You ain't out here warning the people of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the people of the Lord to reject this. Well, I'm gonna try to find it myself. Now I'm gonna have to look it up, but yeah, it says a no marvel. I'm gonna have to look this up. So bear with me. I gotta get some scriptures because I'm 11 minutes in to this video. So I'm gonna stop the rant. Let's see, a no marvel. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And it reads, and no, well, it's like, let me start at verse 13. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 13. For such are false apostles, right? These dudes at IUIC, the leadership I'm talking to, they false apostles, man. They ain't the apostles that the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is dealing with the apostles of Great Millstone, man. Them are the real teachers. Them are the ones that taught us the truth, man. And as the brother says in the upstate, they continually teach us this truth. They the ones who taught us. They the ones who were commissioned by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to lead and guide Israel in these last days, man. To be the pillars of the church. Them dudes at the IUIC, the ISUPK, them dudes, just to name a couple of groups, them dudes at the GOCC, them are false apostles, man. It says deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach. And see, the IUIC would say Christ. They say Christ. We don't even like saying that word. I mean, we say it, but we don't call him Christ. Christ is a Greek word. The Messiah is Hebrew, from the tribe of Judah. So that, hey, it says verse 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Verse 15, therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Yeah, man. So these dudes over there in these false camps, the leadership, again, is what I'm speaking of, because there's still sincere men, women, and children, you know, hung up in these camps. And if they're a part of the elect, no doubt they're going to be pulled away from these men, these grievous wolves that they follow. Yeah. They ain't talking about this, man. We're the only ones, you know, starting at the top, of course, with the apostles of Great Millstone on down, who are discussing these things, man, who are harping on these things. Damn it, is it going to take me back to my video? What the fuck is going on? Okay, here we go. I don't think I'm going to play anymore, but let's get some scriptures. You got to get with you got to get with the truth, man. You got to get with the truth. Great Millstone has 100% truth. Great Millstone is who the Lord commissioned, whether you like it or not, whether you receive it or not. That's the truth. And oftentimes the truth hurts, man. The truth stings. The truth hurts. You know? But it's either going to hurt you for your benefit because you're going to repent and come around, or it's going to hurt you for your detriment. It's going to wind up, you know, hurting you, and you're going to wind up being destroyed, man. You're going to be offended. You know, you're going to be destroyed. And you're going to perish in a lake of fire and brimstone, man. You're not going to burn underground. That's retarded. That's Greco-Roman mythology. That's Roman Catholic propaganda and lies. That's that philosophy and vain deceit the Apostle Paul's talking about in Colossians, the 2nd chapter. Revelation chapter 13 In verse 16, and he causeth all means all here, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, okay, to receive a M-A-R-K, a charagma, a sehep in their right hand or in their foreheads. If you go into Revelation 14, it talks about this being put into the left hand as well. Okay. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, verse 17, save he that had the M-A-R-K. And it's not the jump shot. It's not the shot. It's not the J-A-B. You're going to have a chip, okay, put into your body. All right. That's the ultimate thing you can do. That's going to seal your fate. That's selling your soul, man. Okay, when you sell your soul, there's no way that you can be redeemed at that point. You're gonna be destroyed. That's why we talk about it so much, because this is a life or death issue, man. You getting this right. If you get this right, you live. Okay? If you get this one wrong, you die. It's simple as that, man. All right, it says, save he that had the M-A-R-K or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding. It's talking about the elect, starting with the 144,000. Count the number of the beast. Okay, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603,6. This man, Esau, is infatuated with that number. You see sixes everywhere and everything. All you see is the number 6, 6, 6, 6. Everywhere, sixes. Okay? That's his number, man. That's the number of the beast. So, yeah. It's our temptations at hand. You know, it's basic scriptures. We pull them all the time, but, you know, it's good to bring them out. We're supposed to edify. We're supposed to constantly be edifying. That's our job, to build up the believers, to build up. Faith comes by hearing, man. Revelation, the 10th chapter goes into that. Faith comes by hearing. So the more you hear this, the more your faith will be strengthened. Okay, and you'll remember, you'll be able to recall when shit hits the fan. You'll be able to recall these scriptures, you know, because we've driven them into our minds, into our hearts, you know, because we talking to ourselves too, man. You know, when I'm telling y'all to do something, I'm telling myself to do the same thing. You know, for example, when we tell you Israelites to forsake these pagan folly days, we've already forsook them. Okay, when we tell you to forsake these abominable, you know, unclean food, animals, to not eat, for example, pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, we've already forsaken that. You know, so we're preaching to ourselves too, man. We're gonna need to recall these scriptures. Okay. The psalmist said, you know, he hid this word in his heart or his mind that he might not sin against Yahweh Shema Shah. I'm roughly paraphrasing. You got to hide this word in your heart or your mind, man. You're gonna have to recall this again. You're gonna have to recall this during that hour, okay? When the whole world is tried. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, behold, I come quickly, verse 11. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Right. Yeah. Hold on tight to this, man. Guard it with your life, you know. Stay sober in the spirit, man. You know, so this is just he's talking about red alert, and he's talking about warning. We the ones warning. You know, and the warning is for you Israelites. Okay? We on our spiritual watchtowers day and night, not giving the Lord no rest. Okay? Constantly, we them trumpets, man. Okay, and we going into tomorrow, a high holy day, the Day of Atonement. I may do another video today going into the Day of Atonement. Won't be a long one, but you know, the Day of Atonement where we gonna be doing a 24-hour dry fast, no food, no drink. We're gonna be afflicting our souls, man. All right, that soul affliction is fasting. Okay, this is a very heavy time, man. We in heavy times. Very heavy time. Very beautiful time, but very heavy. So we gotta stay on point. You know, hey, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Lord willing, you was edified. With that, I want to say shalom.